Hey YouTubers, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to do a quick video to show a couple of recent finds, but I also want to start off by doing a video response to the Grecian Thunder's thread here titled Baby's First Thread. He threw out 3 pretty good questions, and I wanted to kind of put my 2 cents in on it, as well as show you a couple of things that I picked up over the past couple weeks, which I really haven't bought much, if any, vinyl over the past couple weeks, and I'll kind of explain why, but just want to share that stuff as well. So anyway, this is what's playing in the background, which is This Will Destroy You. If you're not familiar with this group, as you can kind of hopefully hear in the background a little bit, it's just kind of a more your post-rock type stuff. This is actually the first post-rock album I ever bought. And it was kind of funny when I bought it too. I might have told this story, but I was in a store and they were playing the CD. And so I asked if I could see it, and I was checking it out, and the CD is like all black, and it's all black and has like this little gold trim around the edges. And so I asked them, of course, do you have it on vinyl? They said, look up at the computer. Yeah, we can get it. So they ordered it. It came in, and I showed up, and I'm expecting to see a black cover with a little gold trim, and they pull this out and hand it to me. I'm sitting here looking at this going like, this thing belongs in like a gas station on a a deserted highway somewhere down in New Mexico or something, that kind of cheesy stuff you see in gas stations. And so it took me a while, because they didn't have any CDs on hand, but it took me a while for them to convince me that this was the album I was listening to that day. And it was just a different cover for whatever reason. So really good stuff. If you haven't heard them, I highly recommend checking them out. As you can hear in the background, like I said, they're pretty good. But anyway, let's get to the questions. Question number 1, 3 records of inspiration. I really couldn't think of 3. I mean, I know we've done the question before about what records inspired you to start listening to a certain genre and so forth, and I didn't want to just pull out the same records on you guys again, so there was really only one that I could come up with that really made me think about this record made me take a specific action in my life. And that record would be this one here, which is Godsmack's first album, self-titled Godsmack. And the 2 things this album made me do: number 1, it made me start playing guitar. I mean, I love the heaviness and the riffs that were in this album, and this was the album that actually made me go to the store and say, I want to know what kind of pedal they're using, I want to learn how to play guitar, I want to learn how to play the songs on this album. So I picked up a guitar based on, a lot based on this. This is also the album that really got me into kind of show hopping, if you will, as far as going to concerts. I kind of did it sporadically here and there, but when this album came out, when I first really got into Godsmack, everywhere they went, I was following them around, going to as many shows as I could, because I've seen them like 9 times now, and they just really kind of caught on with everybody else as well. So this was definitely my concert chasing, if you will, inspiring album too. So there were definitely some very clear actions that took place based off of that album. Question number 2, 3 records of disappointment. Now, and the way I took that, just to make sure I clarify this, is that I took disappointment as I had a certain expectation for the album. Maybe it wasn't quite as high as that expectation, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a good album. It still could have been better than 90% of the other stuff that was out there. So make sure we stay clear on that. This is one good example right here, which is Pearl Jam Live on 10 Legs. And it's almost not fair to put this one in this category, because what basically happened with this is I wasn't aware of the release of this album. And so I'm walking through the store and I see a new Pearl Jam album sitting there. So of course, you freak out. And so all of a sudden, just like in that split second, my expectations was like, and I didn't necessarily say it when I think, but the way I felt, oh, a new Pearl Jam album, this is going to be better than 10, it's going to be better than Versus, and like all of a sudden I'm expecting like this incredible album. But I mean, it's a live album. It's just basically stuff from those old albums. So where I got that unrealistic expectation, I have no idea. So again, it's a good album. I listen to it a lot. but for whatever reason I put that unrealistic expectation on it when I just saw it, and so it didn't live up to that expectation. So it doesn't make any sense, but that was just one story that came to mind. So it's over here. The next album would be this one, Gay for Johnny Depp. The name of the album is What Doesn't Kill You Eventually Kills You. Just kind of a punk album that a few of my friends had kind of mentioned. It was good, it was a good album to check out and so forth, and I did, and I wasn't really that impressed with it. It's kind of like a lot of okay songs that I will listen to a number of times, but just nothing really spectacular, not quite as much as it was hyped up to be to me. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but again, still a decent album. And last but not least, this one was actually truly a disappointment to me. It was a Motley Crue, Saints of Los Angeles. And again, I think it went back to some unrealistic expectations. I mean, this album came out in 2008, and I was expecting to hear, Dr. Feelgood Part 2, so to speak. Like every band, they've matured. They're in a different place than they were 20 years ago and all of that. But for whatever reason, when I saw Motley Crue, I was automatically comparing it to Shout at the Devil, Theater of Pain, Dr. Feelgood. I'm expecting this to be just like the next series of that, and it just wasn't quite that for me. But again, still a very, very good album. I do listen to it from time to time, and anytime I can get a new Motley Crue album, that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. So I hope they're able to come out with even more stuff before, let's just say, bad things happen in the group. So, those are my three, I said, kind of disappointment, if you want to use that word. And question number 3, what are you currently grooving to? Well, basically, I'm currently grooving to everything that's right here, because this is my in-rotation stack. So what I thought I would do is probably just pull this out and share with you what's there. These are 2 more that were in there. So currently, I'm grooving to Mogwai. Hardcore will never die, but you will. I know a number of people have shown this LP over the past few months. Very, very good LP. The National, High Violet. Another very good record I've been listening to lately. Lucinda Williams, Live at the Fillmore. This is a very nice 3 LP set of a live performance of hers. Very, very good album. I'm really happy to have this one in my collection. Iron Wine. This is in rotation right now. I still really haven't taken this album in completely. I've listened to it a couple of times, but still just haven't quite made its way in yet. Alright, this Baroness Blue record. This one's actually been sitting in my rotation pile for a while. I need to get this one on the turntable, but that one's definitely there. Same thing with Flesh for Lulu. Some of my 80s love there. And then Explosions in the Sky. I listened to this one just a few days ago. Just like this one here, Sade's Lover's Rock. I listened to it the other day, but I want to give it one more spin before I put it back in the stack. And then, of course, Pearl Jam, Vitology. Pearl Jam Versus. And the last one that I have in my in-rotation stack right now is Heavy D and the Boys, Living Large. So that's kind of what I'm grooving to right now, if you will. And then like I said, I wanted to show a couple of just really quick new finds that I have not got a lot of stuff over the past week or two. And again, I'll explain why. I don't think I've shown this yet, but if I have, forgive me. Talk Talk, It's My Life from 1984. Just some more of my 80s love there. And the most popular song or biggest hit off this album was probably It's My Life, the title track. Really, really good stuff. And then I got this from the teacher who sent this over to me a little while ago. I want to make sure I showed this and give him a big thank you here on camera. But this is music from The Elder by Kiss. a piece I did not have in my collection, and he was nice enough to hook me up with this. So, teacher, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. Glad to have that in my collection. And then Mr. CreoD, I'm sure a guy you've seen on here a number of times. He and I have kind of been becoming a little closer, if you will. And one of the things that's been really cool is he and I are huge 80s fans, which is definitely a big connection that we have, especially 80s pop. And with his music career and so forth, he has a lot of connections with a lot of the 80s pop artists, and he's been kind of hooking me up with them. So you saw not too long ago, he got me the Lisa autographs, and then he also hooked me up with this here, which was a autograph of Taylor Dayne. So this is her Can't Fight Fate LP, probably my favorite LP by her. And I don't know if you can see it that well with the glare and everything, but it says All Love Taylor Dayne, which is really cool. I mean, she's definitely one of my favorite that's on the back, but my favorite female artists from the 80s. And here's another one that she signed for me. Again, it says Brandon, All Love Taylor Dayne. This is her Tell It to My Heart LP. And then she also signed my Can't Fight Fate CD, as well as my Can't Fight Fate cassette. And then I also got the Tell It to My Heart cassette, which is the red cover, Tell It to My Heart cassette, the blue cover signed, and Taylor Dayne's Greatest Hits. So that was some really, really cool stuff. Like I said, I mean, I've always loved her. I loved her music. You know, had a crush on her for years and years and years. She has, you know, just great 80s pop stuff, and you know, just one of the artists that I truly loved from that time period. So it was great to be able to get those from her as well. So CreoD, thank you again. And the last thing I wanted to show here was this 245 set that I got from Derek, and I'm sure you guys, everybody here knows Derek in the vinyl community. This is the new release that he put out with Conducts and Endreama. I mean, I can't say enough about this. This is really, really good stuff. I mean, and going beyond even just saying, you know, supporting someone in our vinyl community. I mean, forget all of that. This is good stuff. You guys, if you haven't ordered one of these from him yet, go to his channel and, you know, and get one ordered, because there is some really, really good music on here. You know, you have the blue kind of splattered vinyl there, and then there's a pink one here. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I don't have the songs down in my head yet, but the two songs that really stood out for me on this was Endreama Reprogram, and then there was one other one. What was the name of that? That was just an absolute great song. Sorry, let me start this over. Oh yeah, Icky Blossom's Perfect Vision. I mean, oh my gosh, that's Derek. All I can say is, man, you guys hit a home run with this. That is good stuff. So again, any of you who haven't picked one of these up from Derek yet, make sure you get these before they're gone. And he did sign it for me too. It says, Brandon, you're truly the man. Thanks so much, Derek, which is also kind of cool. It's another autograph piece that I got in my collection. But some really, really good music on there. So those are really the only new finds or new things that I've gotten over the past couple weeks, which is odd. And one of the reasons why I have not been doing really any type of vinyl shopping, be it dollar bins or anything else, is because, you know, this happens, and you look at, you know, this opportunity, and then blah, blah, blah. All that being said, I'm going to be moving, and I'm going to be moving in the next 4 or 5 days. So I've spent the last 2 weeks just doing everything to get prepared for this move, between, you know, going to the new place and, you know, painting and getting a lot of just all this type of stuff done. I've just been spending all my time doing all of that so that this move will be ready at the end of this week. So, you know, I haven't spent any time really being able to listen to a lot of music or buy a lot of music. But the worst thing about it, which I'm sure you guys have probably already thought, all this stuff has got to move. That's going to be hell. That's all I can say. But you can dang well be sure I'm taking every single piece with me. I'm actually kind of excited. I shouldn't say excited about it, but it's a good opportunity in the sense that I'm going to have a lot more room for my stuff. I'll actually have kind of a living room type area that I'll be able to put my stuff in, as well as a listening room I'll be able to set up too. So that's going to kind of be at least, you know, something to look forward to in the dread of the move and everything. So anyway, if you guys don't get responses from me over the next week or so, I mean, I'll still probably be online for the next couple of days, but then there might be a good week or so where I'm just out of commission doing the move and getting the internet hooked up over there and blah, blah, blah. So that's why don't think I'm ignoring any of your messages or anything of that nature. So anyway, that's kind of my update. If any of you guys want to travel hundreds of miles to help me pack and move this stuff, feel free, because I can use all the help I can get. But like I said, in a sense, as far as my collection goes, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it and being able to kind of go in and have a bit more space and kind of do a new setup. That's going to be kind of exciting too. But it's just the dread of getting it over there. But anyway, thanks YouTubers, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, take care.